I think about money all the time. It is literally what I do every single day. As a mortgage advisor, I help people every day with their money, primarily giving them what is probably the largest debt they will ever have. And with that comes a responsibility, in my opinion. A responsibility to help my clients get out of debt. And not only that, but to help them generate wealth. I've always been curious about money and how some create massive wealth while others struggle their entire lives. And so I've read hundreds of books, watched thousands of hours of YouTube videos, attended seminars, met one-on-one with wealthy individuals, all to figure out what are those steps, the principles associated with generating wealth. With nearly 20 years of experience providing mortgages to my clients, I have learned a lot about money. Not only because I've seen literally thousands of individuals' personal finances, but also because of the journey that I went on. Throughout those years, I've developed what I refer to as the way to wealth. The way to wealth is made up of 9 areas. Not necessarily steps, but more principles. Principles that if you follow will help you generate wealth. I'm not a financial advisor or an insurance agent, but I am a licensed mortgage professional, and I do have my own personal experiences. And that's exactly the basis for how and why I've created Way to Wealth. Here are the 9 areas I've identified on your way to wealth. First is what I call plug the drain. I call it plug the drain because unfortunately, a lot of us have a small leak in our finances. And plugging the drain is that first step to ensure that we don't have any leaks that can stop us from generating future wealth. And all we need to do is identify and plug those leaks within our finances. Most of the time, they're found in fees, checking account fees, ATM fees, late fees, insufficient funds fees, credit card fees, and balance transfer fees. These are all opportunities where you can plug the drain. Next is easy money. Similar to plug the drain, easy money is about finding those simple ways to pick up opportunities that are all around us. It could include selling some of your stuff that you no longer use, maybe utilizing coupons, online or in person. Sometimes it's just about asking the person at the register to see if there is any discounts or coupons available. Maybe it's time to renegotiate. Renegotiate your cable contract or your cell phone contracts. Taking a look at your insurance, your coverages, your deductibles. But probably the biggest area of easy money is your credit. Your credit impacts just about every area of your life. And with some understanding of how credit works and some small tweaks and adjustments, you can drastically improve your credit score and reduce the cost that having bad credit costs you for years to come. Have you ever been so stressed you can't think about anything other than what you're stressed about? Well, that's why we need a cash stash. Having a cash stash provides a level of security for you so that you can move on to other areas of generating wealth. You want to make sure that your cash stash is out of immediate reach. And generally, you'll want between 1 and 6 months worth of expenses set aside in your cash stash. At first, you'll probably just want 1 to 3 months. But as you advance in your path to generating wealth, you might want to expand that to 4, 5, or even 6 months of a cash stash set aside to provide you even more security. The largest obstacle for most people in generating wealth is debt. I know it was for me. In fact, when Marla and I got married, we had debt in just about every possible category you can imagine. We had credit card debt. We had auto loan debt. We had student loan debt. We had first mortgages. We had second mortgages. We were over $1 million in debt. But over the years, we've completely eliminated debt. And that's the next step, defeating debt. And there's a variety of different strategies, including the debt snowball, the debt avalanche, and one I've created, which is called the bang for your buck strategy, which increases your cash flow and improves your financial position every step along the way as you start reducing and eliminating and ultimately defeating debt. You simply cannot save your way to wealth. You have to earn it. You have to generate more income that can go to work for you. And that's where Beyond the 40 comes in, to identify those things that you can do to increase your value and therefore the income that you can earn. Your employer owes you nothing for the first 40 hours of work that you put in. Well, they owe you what they promised you, which is your pay. But beyond that, they don't owe you anything. In order for you to increase your income, you need to increase your value. By increasing your value, you increase the opportunity for raises or promotions. And ultimately, you have to sell yourself when it comes to the value that you've created and the income you're worth. Money is one of the top stresses in people's lives. And in fact, it's one of the top reasons for divorce. And that's where Money Buckets comes in. It will save your marriage and allow you to spend freely and without guilt so you can enjoy the money that you're earning. I'll be honest, this next area I really didn't like for a long time, but it is a very important part of generating wealth. It's called going incognito. You've got to pretend as though you don't have money in order to have money. What's the point in having money if you can't use the money? Well, you can, but just not right now. But with just a short amount of time going incognito, you can build a lot of wealth. It's about not keeping up. It's about what I refer to as the 25% rule, which means that as you increase your income, you should only increase your spending by 25% of the increases in income that you're receiving, and focusing where you spend your money on things that actually matter, which are love and experiences. Now, my favorite area of way to wealth is the dollar duplicating machine. How great would it be if you could put in $1 into a machine and out spits 2? Well, I'm here to tell you it's possible because I do it each and every day. It exists in forms of things like 401ks, IRAs, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, ETFs, index funds, and real estate. But each one of these dollar duplicating machines may not be the right one for you. So understanding how these dollar duplicating machines work and where you should put your money is very important to generating wealth. Now, what's the point? What's the point in accumulating wealth and growing your income? Well, that's up to you. And it's important to understand what the point is for you. And it doesn't have to be based off of what somebody else puts priority or significance on in relation to money. It's about what's important to you. But ultimately, the bottom line is that money creates liberty, freedom, opportunity to do what you want, when you want, with who you want, and how you want to do it. And that's exactly the point. But what is that for you? That's for you to figure out. So if you're interested in creating wealth in your life for you and your family, maybe even future generations, then these are the 9 areas that you should be focusing on your way to wealth.